threatens to seize $300 billion from Russia to rebuild Ukraine.
Here's a summary of the article.
She said the physical damage Russia's invasion has caused in Ukraine stood at an estimated €600 billion. Stating, "We have the means to make Russia pay," she said, "We have blocked €300 billion of the Russian central bank reserves and we have frozen €19 billion of Russian oligarchs' money. And once the sanctions are lifted, these funds should be used so that Russia pays full compensation for the damages caused to Ukraine. Russia's horrific crimes will not go unpunished." The Kyiv School of Economics previously said the cost of the damage inflicted by Russian forces on its buildings and infrastructure stood at $127 billion, but that tally came at the beginning of September, before Russia's sustained bombardment of civilian energy infrastructure in the months since. At that time, housing accounted for the biggest share of the damage with a cost of $50.5 billion. Some 136,000 residential buildings had by then been damaged or destroyed, among them some 120,000 individual homes and more than 15,000 apartment buildings. The next biggest share was transportation infrastructure with a cost of $35.3 billion. Of that, the direct destruction of roads accounted for $26.6 billion and damage to railways accounted for $4.3 billion. Today, the president also proposed setting up a specialized court, backed by the United Nations, to investigate and prosecute Russia's crime of aggression.
This post received a score of 44,000, with an upvote ratio of 93%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen today said the EU could seize $300 billion of Russian central bank reserves and use it to rebuild Ukraine. A further $19 billion of Russian oligarchs' money, currently frozen, could be added to the reconstruction fund, she said. She said the physical damage Russia's invasion has caused in Ukraine stood at an estimated $600 billion. Stating, "We have the means to make Russia pay," she said, "We have blocked €300 billion of the Russian central bank reserves and we have frozen €19 billion of Russian oligarchs' money."
Serious question. When dealing with amounts this large, how do they even transfer or seize it? For physical reserves, I get, you can take control of cash, gold and whatnot. But I doubt it's 300 BN plus in cash, so how's that work? In this case, the Russia has this much in their euro accounts. The transactions were likely done through SWIFT or similar. The key is that these funds had already been translated from rubles to euros, so even if they tried to devalue the ruble, it won't impact the seized amounts. Also, for general information, foreign exchange currency markets are a magnitude larger than stock markets, where daily volume exceeds 6 trillion, with an annual turnover of greater than 2 quadrillion. The fact that Russia had 300 billion euros should not be shocking. It actually matches roughly the amount of trade between the two.
I can't even fathom holding $1 million in my hand, let alone 2 quadrillion. I am not sure the human mind is capable of comprehending such an amount.
It's just the same money being shuffled around over and over again. Puts my only dollar in my other hand, so I'm a quadrillionaire?
Just do that 999,999,999,999 more times, and yes.
Oddly enough, if it's two people, that would count towards GDP.
This has been in discussion for quite some time now. It's good to see that they're finally putting this plan in official EU statements. Still too slow for my taste.
Just wait until OBN vetoes it.
Fuck this guy, they need to find a way to lawyer kicking Hungary out of ETC. Let him go and join CSTO with Russia. Idiot.
They can't do that because Poland, which also has been ignoring the rule of law, has a pact to shield each other with their vetoes. The nuclear option that is becoming more and more appealing is re-establishing the EU without Hungary and Poland, and hopefully no longer requiring complete unanimity for simple things like implementing COVID-19 recovery packages.
Greater than re-establishing the EU, maybe accidentally re-add the UK in there if it's not too much trouble. Please.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.